So let's go over the two problems from this exit ticket here that you were given in our lesson today. And both of these are starting with the point Z being at 1, 1, and they want you to do two reflections. First, reflect across line L1, which they'll give you an equation for, and then across line L2, which will give another description or equation or something along those lines. So I'm going to take the point 1, 1 and first reflect it about the line x equals 2. So again, I like to kind of draw a little figure of it, and I don't necessarily have to draw it to scale or increment it completely. I just want to be able to keep aware of a few things. So for instance, if z is at 1, 1 and I'm looking at the line x equals 2, which is a vertical line, that point, if I go horizontally, which would be perpendicular to that line, is 1 unit away to the left. So its image would be 1 unit to the right. So the image after that first reflection would be at 3, 1. Now I go on to L2, which is the y-axis. Now the y-axis is the vertical axis, or I could also call it the equation x equals 0. So it's right here. And basically, since the image I got after the first reflection was at 3, 1, and again, since this line is vertical, I would kind of draw a horizontal path to that line from my point, to make the reflection. And essentially, that point at 3, 1 is 3 units to the right, so its image would be 3 units to the left. So the image of z, or z prime, would be at -3, 1. For the second problem you were given, again, starting with the same coordinates for z, they wanted you to have it go reflect across x equals -2, and then the x-axis. So if I take the point 1, 1, and I put in the line x equals -2, 1, 1 is basically I'm trying to think here. Yeah, 3 units to the right of that vertical line x equals -2. So its image would be 3 units to the left. So where I get that blue, that -5, 1, that's the point after the first reflection. And then L2 being the x-axis, well, the x-axis is a horizontal line, also given by the equation y equals 0. So this time I'm looking more above and below. Since the path that I have to draw between that reflected point I had before and its reflection across the x-axis has to be perpendicular to that line of reflection, it's going to be a vertical change in this case. And as a result, since the point I had was 1 unit above the x-axis, I expect my image of this at z prime to be 1 unit below. So the image of z would be at -5, -1. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please be sure to get in touch with me. Have a good day, everybody.